Hey everybody, welcome back to Fish With Me Today. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than the usual fishing on the channel. We're going to be replacing this Fulton trailer jack. I've got a 1999 Stratos with an original trailer on it, and the winch is just totally worn out. The strap's starting to get a little cut up, and the little lever that locks the winch from pulling in or pulling out is also starting to let loose a little bit when I'm loading and unloading the trailer. And I don't really like that because I guess if it let loose, it may let loose at the wrong time and possibly damage the boat by letting it off the trailer at the incorrect time. So I think this is an exact replacement. I'm hoping it is. It looks like it is, so we'll see how it goes. And we're going to do a little unboxing here and see what's all in the box before we head out to the garage to put the winch on. All right. Looks pretty simple. This is a 1,500-pound trailer winch, which the old one was 1,500 pounds too. Looks like they upgraded the locking mechanism on it. It looks a bit more secure than my old one, so that's nice. It's like you just get rid of this little cardboard piece here holding this nut on. And your handle to turn your winch goes on here. And the bolt screws on. Looks pretty simple as far as that goes. Another little cardboard piece on the side here that needs to be removed. Throw that in the box with the rest of the trash. So I'm not sure if this bolt needs to be torqued to a certain specifications. I'm going to check in the manual here and find that out. Okay, they're calling this the handle lock nut right here, which is the only piece that came with the winch detached. And they're wanting 22 to 25 foot-pounds. It says do not over torque, so I guess that's pretty important. I've got a torque wrench out there. I can get it on there and get that right in a minute here. Okay, the technical name for this is called a ratchet paw. Fulton products, they've been good to me. Like I said, my boat's a 1999, and I got an original Fulton jack and an original Fulton winch on there, and they both need to be replaced, but rightfully so. I mean, they're really, really old. The boat's had 2 owners. You know, I can't be more happier with the products. So I hope that this new winch is going to work out just the same for me. All right, guys. So the first thing you're going to want to do is press that down to let your winch free. Pull your handle up to release your lever there. Pull a little slack so you can get your winch off. Now I'm going to grab the appropriate socket to undo the 3 bolts on the bottom. Okay, these bolts are 9/16. I'm just sticking my wrench in there to hold the top of the bolt so I can unscrew it with my hand without having the bolt turn as well. Alright, there's one. These things aren't really rusted. If yours are rusted, then probably put some WD-40 or rust remover on them before you go to loosen them. Number 2. Number 3. This should come on out now. Yep, no problem. There it is. So I'm gonna go grab the new jack and make sure the bolt pattern is the same as the old one. Alright. Looks the same size, and the bolt patterns look the same. That's great. Now, there's not really much rust on here, but I'm going to clean it up with some Sandcloth and just touch it with some black paint real quick before we finish up. Just going to take this piece of mesh Sandcloth and just knock the debris off of there. Little tiny bit of rust on the bottom. I'm just going to very lightly touch that up. The bottom of my boat's black, so should be good on that. Okay. This is some really good paint too, by the way, guys. Rust-Oleum high heat, resists heat up to 2,000 degrees. Excellent paint, especially on the bottom of cars and obviously engines. But this is some really good stuff. While that's drying, I'm going to get my torque wrench out and check the torque specifications for the bottom bolts as well as the handle bolt, which we already know is 22 to 25 foot-pounds. Okay, the easiest way to get the third bolt in that goes right here in is to come through the front where your strap and your clamp is and drop it in like that. That's going to be your easiest bet. Once you got them in there, just line them up without pushing your bolts back out, and there you go. Okay, so one problem I'm having is the washer on the old bolt is a little bigger than what I'd like. It looks like I really need a smaller washer. I mean, I guess that's okay like that, but what's happening is the bolt's not running flat to the metal. The washer is catching on this lip right here, and it's catching on this perforated metal right here on the inside of the jack. So I'm probably gonna need some smaller washers, or to file down the ones I got to make it work. See, they're just a little bit smaller, which is gonna allow that bolt to seat flat. Flatter anyways. Okay, now that I can live with. I had to take it and knock the washer down past this little lip right here. The hammer and a big screwdriver. And one thing too, since these washers are old and a little rusty, I'm just going to hit them with some silver paint real quick. Some silver Rust-Oleum. for that longevity. I ain't worried about these needle noses, they're ancient anyways. A little paint probably won't hurt them anyhow. Alright, once those dry, I'm gonna put them in there. One thing I'm gonna do is put just a little bit of thread sealant on these old bolts. I really should probably be replacing these bolts and nuts, but little thread sealant on there should keep them from backing back out. They're not lock washers or anything, or locking bolts, so put a little bit of this on there to ensure that they won't de-thread. Not much, a dab will do. This is a Blue Monster right here. You can get it at Home Depot. It's actually really good stuff for plumbing as well. Anything you need to put a little sealant on it. It ain't Loctite or anything, but once it hardens, it will, you know, keep stuff together a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to screw my other nuts on these back bolts. Get everything hand tight, then snugged up, and then torqued. Make sure the jack is in a square position and it's also nearby where it was before. I wouldn't change the position on a stock boat. These bottom mounting bolts are going to be 28, around 28 foot-pounds. Okay, I got them set to 28 with my 9/16 on here. Okay, one problem I had is the bolt is sticking out past the length of this socket, so I'm gonna have to get a longer socket and my bigger torque wrench to get the proper torque on these bolts. All right, here it is. Got the longer 9/16. If that'll fit in there, that should do it. We'll back this thing way down. I don't even know if this thing goes that low. Let's see. Or I may be able to find a longer socket that'll fit this smaller torque wrench. So watch out for that if you get ready to do one of these. Alright, well I hate to do it, but I'm just going to have to tighten these things down pretty daggone tight and roll with that, because ain't no way you're getting a torque wrench in there. You may find or have some sort of boxed-in torque wrench that might work, I'm not sure. But the way it's set up now, it ain't working out too good, so just do what I gotta do for now. If you can manage to get a torque on these somehow, 28 to 30 foot-pounds, and your handle nut here is 22 to 25. Let me back this back down a little. Well, I had my torque set and it still didn't work out. I think I'm out of thread and it's just spinning is what it looks like. Yep. Huh. Set your torque to 22. Don't do 25 because that didn't work out for me. Put a little sealer on it, lock it back down best I can. That's all I can really do at this point. If you end up with this same problem, you may want to use a stronger sealer than this stuff right here. Marine caulk, that stuff will never let go. Loctite marine caulk. If you guys aren't using that and you got a boat, I definitely recommend trying it for your stuff you just want to either seal forever or make sure it doesn't leak. I mean, that stuff is fantastic. It's pretty expensive. It's like $12 a tube, but it is really, really good stuff. All right, double check all your bolts to make sure they're tight. And they are tight and looking good. Now put your ratchet pawl down. Resecure your strap. Put your ratchet pawl up. Tighten back down your strap and your winch. It's important not to over tighten it though. It's a brand new winch, so should be a non-issue. Make sure you're secure there and you're good to go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope this helps you if you ever have to put one of these on. Make sure to click that subscribe button and click a like if you like the video, and we'll check you on the next one.